everyone. Today we talk about cohabitation and sex before marriage. We will interview with Faris. What do you think about cohabitation?
Living together in general between what kind of people?
Cohabitation it means a woman and what do you understand?
Cohabitation. Are you talking between friends or a boy and a girl or a husband and a wife?
Yes. But in Western
Cái việc ra mà nghe thì có gì ngăn thì Dương nó không hiểu. Thôi chị.
Okay, so cohabitation between unmarried men and women?
Ở quanh kia không dám đi.
I think it's fine. I think it's a good way to get to know people better. And yeah.
When you decide to get married, no, and you agree. What you if you are if you will have Vietnamese, what do you know about cohabitation of the young in Vietnam?
In Vietnam, I don't know very much about it. I would assume I've been living in Thailand that it's not nearly as acceptable as it is in the United States. I think families are much more protective over their children, and it's more highly valued to wait until you're married to live with someone else.
Why do the young people decide to cohabit? In your opinion?
Why? I think just to get to know each other better before you make a big decision like who you're going to spend the rest of your life with. People want to really experience it and to figure out if they really can get along with that person 24 hours a day for the rest of their lives.
And cohabitation without sex is good or not?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I think, both. Either one is okay. It depends on the couple.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think so.
And what is the most important to create a good ending for cohabitation? For example, ending wedding.
How do you?
What is the most important to create a good ending?
I think just learning to cooperate really well with each other and work together and to make sure to maintain enough space from each other so that you're able to keep your own individuality without going along with your boyfriend or your husband too much.
Did you know anyone who cohabited and then split or then got married?
Yeah, a lot of people, yeah.
Many people.
Yeah, many people, yeah.
In your view, do you think that cohabitation is compatible with students?
Compatible with students?
In your view?
Yeah, I think you can.
Why?
I think it's fine if you're in a serious relationship. I think it's good. Also, in university, a lot of people live together, even just friends. Multiple girls will live together, multiple boys. Just helps you get through school, helps you solve your problems. You always have someone there to support you through everything.
Yes. What are the effects if students cohabit?
What is what?
Effects?
What are the effects?
Yes.
I think it depends on the couple. For some people, it's really, really good, and they're living with their best friend and getting to share, things like cooking, cleaning, and learning how to share responsibility. For other people, maybe it's too distracting and they don't get to study as much. If you don't spend enough time on school, I think it just depends on the people.
Did you think that cohabitation will be permitted in Vietnam in particular and in Eastern in general in the near future?
I'm not really familiar with Vietnamese culture, so I'm not sure. Possibly though, it seems to be westernizing pretty quickly, so maybe more and more young people will start to feel that it's a good decision. But it's hard to say.
Can I ask some question about your personal?
A few,
yes.
yeah.
Have you ever cohabited? Have you ever cohabited with anyone in your life?
Yes, I've lived with many roommates. Sometimes just girlfriends, sometimes a boyfriend, sometimes once I lived with my boyfriend and then 2 other friends in a big house. So
yes, I understand what I mean. Maybe are you married?
no, I'm not.
No. What do you do?
Here? Just traveling around.
You intend to live together with anybody?
How many friends did you go?
Allow you or no?
Did you go?
Yes, I moved in with boyfriend a few years ago, and they were very, very excited about it at first, but because I was a student in university, but they got used to it. And we lived together for 5 years.
Woman and
Yep. Rồi đó.
from a man and woman live together.
Live without married.
It's a cohabitation.
I've actually seen it some back in the States. It's pretty normal. It's kind of strange for some people. They have different choices about how they actually want to interact when they're living together. Just be roommates, or I know a couple, they live together, they're not actually in a relationship, but they do some relationship type activities as cohabitants. But I mean, from the States, I just let people do what they want to do if it doesn't bother me.
When you decide to get married, will you accept the person who has been cohabiting? Or you decide to when you decide to get married?
Bỏ đó đi, bỏ đó. Next.
What do you know about cohabitation of the young
Eastern culture.
I don't know anything about cohabitation locally.
Next. For the next question, you know that young people in Islam, the parents and the society is very hard, and they maybe not accept for the couple who live together as a husband and wife before marriage, and so that's our culture. And now since so
Your parents are very against unmarried couples living together.
yeah, and so she will ask you about which that opinion do you so can you tell what to do or
You know about cohabitation.
I'm not sure.
Which pattern procession will you accept cohabitation? Có đồng ý cái quan niệm gì?
do you accept with her opinion?
Do I accept which opinion?
Yeah, this is the opinion I gave you.
That parents are against it.
Yes.
I'm not as familiar with the cultural family ties here. Family ties are, I think, a little looser in America. So kids will, if they disagree with their parents, they'll separate, go on their own. Whereas I get the feeling in many other countries, going against family wishes is looked upon very harshly. So it's hard for me to understand what it's like here.
So
With your opinion, why do the young people decide to cohabitation?
what do you think?
Why do they decide to? I think a lot of people in kind of strict environments have more of a rebellious state, and they like to break free from the confines. So being able to choose to live with someone and kind of going against maybe parents who are telling you no is kind of free.
What's the most important to reach a good ending for cohabitation?
What's the most important?
What's the most important to reach a good ending for cohabitation?
What's the good ending for cohabitation?
If the relationship between the cohabitants can actually continue, maybe after a year or after they separate, if they can still be friends or something, that's good. If it ends in a fight and they just completely go different ways, then it's not good.
I think a good ending is they marry each other.
It's the American one.
No, I think they marry each other.
Oh, it's good.
I think that's a better ending.
I am trying.
That is good.
I need to study as well.
No, that's
I know, it
it.
sounds good.
Can I ask you some questions?
Of course you can, yeah.
How do you feel about cohabitation in your country and in Vietnam?
Cohabitation?
Yes, cohabitation. I mean, sex before marriage. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
Yes.
I think it's we don't have any problem with it in the UK. I don't know how they feel about it in Vietnam, but we have no problem in the UK as long as you're sensible and not breaking the law. Then yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Yes, in Vietnam has cohabitation, but not much.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The people in Vietnam not easy at all to cohabitate with
Right.
some anyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then do you agree about that in your country?
Yeah, we have no problem with it in our country. It's not a problem in our country. Yeah.
When you decide to get married with anyone, you will accept to will you accept to will you willing you are willing to accept people who have been cohabiting before that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no. When we get married, we normally have been cohabiting for a long time before that. So in the UK, especially.
If the cohabitation ends to marriage, who is disadvantaged in the
Who is disadvantaged
Yes.
in the cohabitation?
Yes, the girl or the boy.
I don't know. In the UK, it's very equal. So the girl and the boy pay the same amount of money. They share everything.
The relationship.
Yeah, so the relationship is shared. So there's no disadvantage.
I'm sorry, but I think you get a little wrong. Because cohabitation,
Yeah.
that means a couple live together as a wife and husband.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Live together and without marriage. And
Yeah.
you say, and when they break up or when they live together for a long time and they break up
Yeah.
and they separate, who is
Who's disadvantaged when they
Yes,
separate?
yes.
Okay. It depends how long they've been together. If it's a long relationship, then obviously a lot of the time then the women will be disadvantaged because a lot of women now want to have children, start a family, and if they are maybe past the age where they can have children and they've just come out of a long-term relationship, it then takes a long time to find another relationship to get children. So yeah, unfortunately the men very rarely are disadvantaged because they can go on and they have no pressure because they can have children until they're 70, 80 years old. So yeah, I understand now. Yeah.
Okay, next question.
And cohabitation with your sex is not a good. It's not good. Is good or not?
It depends. If you're sensible, then yes, it's a good idea. I mean, for me, I've been cohabiting for 7 years. We're not married, but we will be getting married. So for me, it's a good idea. But for some people, it's not a good idea. I think certainly in England, the women are very independent in their minds, in their thoughts. So they have the choice. They can say, right, this is going too far. I don't want to cohabit anymore. I want to get married, and be very forceful. But if they're not like that, then obviously they can be disadvantaged if it breaks up. So yes, it's a good idea as long as you're sensible. Yeah.
In the view, by too many people prefer to cohabit before getting married.
Yeah, in the UK, definitely. I don't.
Mean you agree with them,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you
Do you know anyone who cohabited and then split or then got married?
yeah, I've known lots of people who have cohabited and then split up. Yeah, it happened.
Many, right?
Many. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Sometimes after many years. So
Yes.
yeah.
In your opinion, do you think that cohabitation is compatible with students? With students in college, university?
It's not a great idea. It's not the best idea. I mean, I've done it myself, but it's very hard because when you're a student, you're still learning about yourself. You're learning about the world. You're not the most mature in your mind, so you can't make all the right decisions. Some people it works, but a lot of people it doesn't work. So most of the people I said that I've seen split up after cohabiting is because they started too young when they were students. So yeah.
Yes.
Okay.